this episode, I'll be talking about those around us, also known as guides or guardian angels. So, let's get into it. I want you to think about and consider the theory that many prominent physicists have of a multiverse. And in this multiverse, there would be other versions of us. And perhaps those other versions made different choices in their lives, but they're still us. They live simultaneously to us. They live in the same moment as us, but they're living their own lives and they have their own independent thoughts and they act independently. Well, if you think about it that way, perhaps in the spirit realm, there is something similar going on. That these beings that watch over us are different versions of us, perhaps higher versions of us that protect us and that make sure and guide us. This is interesting, actually. I have asked my guides to reveal themselves to me twice. And the two times that I've done it, at least that I can remember in this moment, they were two different people, actually two different sexes. The first time I did it, I was being flown somewhere by one of my guides. They were actually holding me, or carrying me would probably be a better way to express that. So I was being carried by my guide. And now I'm a pretty big guy. I'm about 6'4" and a pretty big frame. And when I asked this guy to reveal him or herself to me, and the being that appeared was a little boy of about 7, maybe 8 years old, freckles, blonde hair, don't remember the color of his eyes. I was, to say the least, a bit startled. And I think I may have thought about my size for a second, thinking, I'm 6'4", I'm this big, huge dude. How is this little kid carrying me? That may have been one of my thoughts. Of course, in the spirit realm, this makes absolutely no difference, but I still thought about it. And I will always remember that this little boy told me, he said, "I have known you your whole life." And I just sat there and stared at him. It was quite interesting. On another occasion, I was flying over this area and there were all these different animals that I saw. Almost reminded me of maybe Africa with all the different types of animals that I had seen. And the being that revealed themselves to me was a woman, blonde hair, beautiful lady, really beautiful. And I think I had asked a question as she was carrying me through the air, something like, "God is everywhere." She said, "Yes, God is everywhere." Honestly, I think that if I asked my guide to reveal themselves again, I would see someone different. And it might be a different race or of a different gender or whatever. And I don't think those things matter in the spirit realm. And I think that perhaps they show us this, the different forms that they take to perhaps let us know that these things don't really make a difference. They don't. So, our guides or those around us. This was a shorter episode intentionally. And the reason why I made it this way is because I think, at least in my own mind, that my guides wouldn't want me to sit and talk about them a lot. They are in the background and they're not in the spotlight and they never ask for thanks or anything else from us. But I wanted to do an episode where I acknowledged them and I simply said, thank you for what you do. It is truly appreciated. Also, I wanted to let you know that they are a powerful resource and that anytime you need them, you can call on them and they will be there for you. Thank you so much for coming on another journey with me. And until next time, take care.